elbow-wing presentation of the National Football League.
The first of 272 games in the regular season. Buckle up. The Cowboys, the Eagles, underway to begin 2025. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Led his team to one of the best regular seasons in the NFL last season, but really elevated his play during the postseason, and once again was a monster in the Super Bowl. He's led his team to at least 11 wins in each of the last 3 seasons. He doesn't expect this year to be any different.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks, giving the yard up to the 42. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
That's good for another Eagles.
Dylan now on 1st and 10. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. And this one complete to Smith. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And he's coming off of an injury-shortened season where he only played in 8 games, but he's hoping to get back to an all-pro level that he played at a year before. Now, with new weapons in town, he and his team believe they can go deep in the playoffs and have a major impact.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. To throw is Prescott. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. the first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of it.
And that's caught inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd down at the 23-yard line.
They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
10 yards. That's good for the Eagles' first down.
Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Trayvon Diggs, usually known for interceptions. Here he gets the sack. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now back to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
14. First down, Cowboys.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And it's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Yards to go.
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Here's Jackson to return. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run forward Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
in punt formation for the Eagles.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Play action, Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Room past the 35. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
And down to the 41.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7. Prescott. Pickens on the slant. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Sidney Brown in on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jalen Carter now with his second sack here on opening night.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So all field goals so far, 6 3-yard scores. The kick is away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Up the middle with Barkley.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's complete to Brown, right side. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Good. For Eagles, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied.
At the 48-yard line.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
That's a gain of 9. Brings up 3rd and 7.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach is talking to his offensive coordinator and saying, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Throwing, Prescott. Steps away to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Barkley, inside handoff. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 31 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles, but they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's into the hands of Tolbert. From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. Prescott now. Right back to Tolbert. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Complete to Jalen Tolbert.
Prescott to throw it. It's caught. Tolbert. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 41-yard line.
Prescott yet again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Prescott from the gun on third. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw is Prescott. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To the air again, Prescott. They'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Prescott sacked. A loss of 8 yards.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. They juked him and able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far to the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Prescott. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Off the draw, here's Williams. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Prescott. In trouble, and he's taken down. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Hurts. Complete. It's Dotson. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 4. Now Williams running left. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Prescott over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the Eagles' 42-yard line.
Play action now, Prescott. Oh, that is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Completes this one to Pickens. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll bring him back within a point. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Flush to his right. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon. He'll get it up near midfield or 49 before being taken down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Throwing is Hurts. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Here's Hurts to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
At the 29-yard line.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Dallas.
Throwing, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Cowboys.
Prescott now from the 50. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And the defense closes quickly there, and will get maybe a yard to the 33. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up second down at the 33-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll run here with Lipke. Down he goes at the 23 to pick up a 4.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Here's Jackson. Dancing away at the 35. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll roll him out right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Prescott now. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Byron Young forcing his way in there for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Shipley. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Now Shipley again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first down, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Dillon on the inside give. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Targets Lamb on the comebacker. Pass is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here now, 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this up past the 40. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams to the 43, 2nd down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up from the 43. Here's 2nd down and 7. Prescott from the gun. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. The gain of 5. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. They're looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. On the return, Jackson. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he stopped immediately there. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on third down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
So Dak and the Cowboys down by 4. A minute 51 on the clock. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Prescott. Into the hands of Sanders. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Prescott. Tolbert hauls in the out route. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now Prescott. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Now Dak. And he can't get a throw. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Here's Dak. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
At the 2-yard line.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra.